Howdy guys, so we are working on the high idle controller again. Before we start assembly, we're just going to unpack everything, just take a quick look at it. This in here is mostly just your components and buzzers and connectors, but we have our enclosures, which we're going to be looking at here. We're going to open it up and see what it's going to look like. Which actually, this brings up a something I meant to mention in the last video, the introductory video where we kind of explain things. And that is the name for the high idle controller. You see, well, first of all, here's our little boxes. That's the size it's going to be. We're going to open one of these guys up and see what it looks like. Okay, anyway, the name for the high idle controller. I'm not really good with names, so of course I name it the high idle controller because that's basically what it does. It controls the high idle. But I really want to come up with something really snazzy and stuff, but I'm not good at names, so I really like your guys' opinion on what to call this thing, because I may, for whatever reason, buy or order some little stickers that go on the enclosure here that, you know, just says the high idle controller, blah blah blah, this detail, that detail, and whatnot. And well, frankly, saying high idle controller is kind of boring. So if we had some snazzy name for it, that'd be really cool. And so there's the insides of our enclosure there. This is going to be important because we're going to have to see if the boards I had made, if my measurements were right, because I actually made the boards according to the spec for these guys. I didn't actually have one of these in hand, so we'll have to see how that goes. We're going to put that guy to the side, and we're going to get the boards. Here is one of them. Now, you can see, there's plastic on there, you can see that we got our main board here, and then we've got some 3 side boards here. This is our extension board, which we got 2 headers here that we can set that down on top of. It gives us more flexibility in case we want it. We've got we actually made a stage 2 point, what did I call it? Stage 2.2, which is my stage 2 unit, but it's completely solid state. And it removes the need for resistors and diodes, you know, puts everything on a board, makes it really simple. So yeah, there's that, and then we've got a little thing for our our rotary encoder. That way we don't have to wire the wires straight to the encoder. We can go through this little board, and that'll give us a little easier connection. But there we go. I am going to cut this right here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are our 2 halves. Let's see if it fits in our enclosure. All the mounting screws have to mount up right there. Line up so it'll mount. Appears we're a little off, but not too bad. I wonder what would cause that. So we're a little off. I don't think it's my problem, because I was really I measured that and double checked the specs and all that many times. So there's one. Even if we can only get 2 screws in, that's better than none. Come on. Yeah, there's 2. That guy's going in a little cockeyed, but you know what? He's going in, and that one will be a little close, but it'll fit. It should fit too. So, hey, yeah, you know what? Not too shabby. There might be a little bit of spec on these too. You never know, to where that's actually within spec. Who knows? We'll see if the others are the same way. There it is. It mounts to our board. And so then the enclosure goes on top. We'll have to do some cutting on the enclosure so that the connectors can fit onto the PCB without any issues. But yeah, there's that. That there. And we're going to start assembling it. Okay, we're going to start with the small stuff. We got our... This just takes a bit of time, so we're going to do a little bit of fast forwarding to try to save you guys from having to watch the whole process. But, yeah, here's our encoders we're going to be using. We're going to put those to the side. We got a couple of them. And then we got our... Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, this guy here with some of our other components, including little sockets for the microcontroller. So, we're gonna do some fast forwarding. I will see you in a bit. So here we have it. It's all somewhat together. Now we just got to get rid of the jungle of wires, and it sounds like something fell. Whatever. It happens sometimes. Anywho, so now we get to soldering. I do believe that is one fully soldered board. I'll have to get all over a quick look-see, but there you have it. We're going to have to do a little faster setup for that guy there. Matter of fact, I had a certain idea in mind. Just so nobody thinks I've abandoned my hokey piece of roofing in the engine, piece of sewer pipe in the fuel system practices, we's using a zip tie. So, nope, I haven't changed. It does have to work through a little bit. Ha! Well, there you have it. Next step would be programming in the next video. Well, actually, I did one of them speaking too soon things. In order to be able to program it, we need something to program. I don't know about you, but that doesn't look very programmable. So, first of all, we're going to do the LM358. What those guys are is they're just little connectors, so that way you're not soldering straight on the chip. So if you ever need to replace the chip or whatever, it's really easy, and you don't risk screwing up the chip with too much heat. So, just take it like that. Press him in. And then we've got these Atmega 328s. I already burned a bootloader into them, which makes it easily programmable. You can see I labeled it a little bit there. Frankly, I don't remember what that's supposed to mean, but I just know that I labeled it for whatever reason. So I know it's the one with the bootloader. And we just pop those guys in there. We're going to have to bend the pins in ever so slightly. You need to do these every single time. There we go. Come on. Yeah, there it is. So, next step, programming. Again with the premature conclusions. Put it in the case here. We got screwed in. Top goes right on. Like so. So you have wires going to the cruise control dude on that end, and then wires going to your knob and whatever on the other end. Like I say, cut some holes out, no big deal. And got some screws to hold it together. Again, guys, what do I name this thing? We got a sticker, or we got like a little thing here for where a sticker could go. Easy peasy. So we have that size of sticker. We have to find out a name for this thing and what else other crap is supposed to go on there. Details, specs, maybe some instructions. Somebody to email or something to, for whatever reason. you need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing or pretends to. There we go, and no one would know that you got such magicness inside this box. Ha! This is perfect. I'm actually missing a screw, but either way, there we have it. And what I'm going to do though, I think the buzzer is going to be too quiet in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the other side of the board and then drill a hole in the back so the buzzer can pop out the other side. And that should help with the volume. We'll see how loud it is. Maybe it doesn't even need that. We will see. But until then, we can always speculate. Take care.